Is anyone here to talk to me? I gave you a little time to revive. You've been resting, sweetheart. Are you now rested? You asked for little tea. I've given you little tea. I offered food also at lunchtime. Vegetarian. Okay. Nikhil Advani is around you. Are you with Mama? Before she got married, she is known as Sadarangani. Then when she marries and becomes Aneeta Advani. When she divorces, she becomes ex-Mrs. Aneeta Advani. When she marries Mr. Narottam Das Merchant's son, Mr. Kiran Merchant, she becomes Mrs. Kiran Merchant. Are you with her? Mrs. Kiran Merchant of today, who is known as Mrs. Kiran Merchant, is the original Mrs. Kiran Merchant, the legally wedded wife of Mr. Kiran Merchant, Narottam Das Merchant's son and daughter-in-law. Okay, I'm trying to understand why are you resting during the day. Generally, you are very, very active in the day. You are resting in the daytime still? I want to ask Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, who has passed out of the body. She passed out looking like an ogre. She was aired on the 12th of July 2025 and then 17th of August 2025, after which she passed away. She's the original Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, who's no more in the human body. I want to understand from you, are you in the healing process, Mama, for the next 4 months? You're going in for the healing? Is that why you have to rest in the daytime? Is that why you have shifted me to the night time to deal with Mr. Nikhil Advani's issues? Going to the lower realms, he can't show himself till 8 in the night. He says only after 8 in the night, Dada Dadi from the Advani family and his own mom, Mrs. Suchitra Mirchandani Advani, who passed away, left her body in 1986, is with him. So I'm dealing with his issue. Is that why you guys are resting in the day? For 4 months you guys are going to be healing. So do you want me to stop sessions in the daytime and not to disturb you? Do you want to give me a timing when I should connect with you, when you are more rested? You want me to keep the sessions really short when I'm with you? To the point? Okay, when I have spoken to Nikhil Advani yesterday, I was told Crys, C-R-Y-S, were the letters he has given me for the name of the beast. C-R-Y-S, which becomes Crys, becomes Cyrus without the C-Y-R-U-S, just C-Y-R-S. There is no U. So C-R-Y-S, R-Y-C-S, which becomes Crys. He's saying Rikin Kotecha as the anti-god and the beast. He's saying that the beast has a penis, has a vagina, and has a anus. On the physical body. By birth in this body, the beast had a penis, a vagina, and an anus. Is that true? He can be both a boy and a girl. It's called intersex, having, both reproductive organs to one body. The beast's name, according to you, Mama, you don't lie ever. So you please tell me the truth. Are the letters CRYS, or is that important for the beast's name? In there we have Rix, we have Chris, we have Cyrus. Tell me one thing, I have some photos over here. You remember on one photo where the teeth had come out on Papa's photo, one of the versions of Mr. A week later on, from Elon's camp, we got, actually it reminds me of a walrus. But those were demonic teeth from the sides of the mouth. It was on a brown and white photo of t-shirt being worn by some version of Mr. He had teeth from the two sides, one from one side of his mouth and another from the thing. It was just what was reflected in the photo. Is that the beast? Now I have some other photos of Mr. over here, plenty of them. I can't find that photo in which the face had a brown and white shirt. It was a t-shirt and that photo was taken out sometime in the 80s. That man is still in his human body. He has shapeshifted for Mr. But when I asked Nikhil whether the beast had ever crossed paths with me outside of that 5-month marriage, I was told no. Is it because the version who had connected himself to Mr. Advani's identity did so as Mr. Advani, and when he connected himself to Mr. SRL's identity, he became SRL? He was wearing the ego of two different people? Is he the real Mr. Advani? At that time, he was wearing the ego of Mr. Advani. Can you tell me this man's nationality, that he has shapeshifted for Mr. Advani and SRL too? And you say that he is sexually inactive in the physical sense, primarily because of being intersex? At a time when it is not understood the way it is understood today? So in these photos, whatever I have, except that one where he's wearing the brown and white off-white t-shirt, would you be able to look at these photos and identify if it is who it is? I got plenty of photos here. This morning I was shown a video in my sleep of SRL in a blue colored film, and not a blue movie, but let's just say the lighting of where he's dancing amongst 20 boys, 15 boys, 10 boys, don't even know what it was, very poorly done videography. I see Mr. SRL or whoever's being SL, but then I've got disdain now for the guy, not for the actual guy, but I just have disdain for the situation. I don't want to be associated with it in any way, so I ignored it. Was that SRL in any way that was shown to me in the video? Was that Rikin Kotecha dressed as SRL shown to me in the video? Was that Nick Nixie Nickel dressed as SRL in the video? Was that the Beast shapeshifting for SRL in the video? Was that AI doctored video sent to me just to confuse the matter? Was that an actual event that they had taken, or was it just doctored just to confuse the matter? Tell me one thing, this beast who has won the ego of Mr. I-Occultist, won the ego of Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj. Was he actually from the Middle East, the labor class? Somebody went abroad to the Middle East to work. Did the beast kill that man and replace the man and return to India and then spread himself wherever he went in India? Is that how the beast entered India to start with? Can you give me the country from where the beast comes from? What is his origin? Is he from Iran? Is the beast from an Iran country of birth? Is he Syria country of birth? Jordan country of birth? Egypt country of birth? Turkey country of birth? Oman country of birth? Yemen? Bahrain? Kuwait? Iraq? Cyprus? Jordan? Maybe Jordan? Is from Jordan? You're saying his birthplace is Jordan? So he has gone to a place where they hire people. There he has killed somebody from Kerala and brought himself into India on the back of assumed identity of somebody else who he has murdered. This is how he has got entry into a name of Mr. Kani. But that Mr. Kani is Hukumat Rai Gurmukdas Advani's son. The original guy who went away abroad, is he the son of Mr. Hukumat Rai Gurmukdas Advani? Did Mr. Hukumat Rai Gurmukdas Advani have a son called Kani Advani separate from this other guy? This replica of Mr. Kani Advani's replica presented himself in Mr. Kani Advani, my father's place, in which year? Can you tell me when he has slipped into his identity? Are you able to tell me which year he slipped into this identity? Was it when you were still married? Okay, so then we start from 1983 onwards. Did he slip into the identity of Mr. Kani Advani, Mr. Hukumatrai Advani's son, known as Kanayalal Hukumatrai Gurmukdas Advani? Did he do so in the year 83? Did he do that in 84, 85, 86, 1987? So you're telling me 687 or 876? 876 or 687? Or 867 or 786? These auto drivers keep putting 786 as their lucky number on the streets of Bombay. That is July 1986 is when he slipped into Mr. Kani Advani's identity. It is simultaneous to Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's murder. And Ray Road, Sunbeam Chambers. The two Katka Bais, one who has committed suicide, the other one who starts working at my home. They're all hand in glove with this. 1986 onwards, July 1986 onwards. They're the ones who sold all the equity and the shares. In Kani Advani and my name joint, Varsha Advani and Kani Advani's name joint, and Kani Advani himself, whether it was HUL shares, whether it was Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Reliance Big Time, Mangalore Refinery, L&T, Larsen & Toubro. There used to be quite a huge holding in all our name. These guys sold all of it. They're the ones who transferred it out. Stealth mode. Is he the guy who took signatures of mine on blue paper? The guy from Jordan? Was he the real Cyrus Mistry? Was he the real Cyrus Mistry of Shapurji Palunji? This man shapeshifted for Cyrus Mistry of Shapurji Palunji in later years. What is the connect of Cyrus Mistry to 4 Jaswal? Is there any connection of Cyrus Mistry to number 4 Jaswal? Because earlier that's what we got. Cyrus Mistry shape-shifting at number 4 Jaswal. At some point in time, every once in a while. What is the connect of Cyrus Mistry shape-shifting at number 4 Jaswal? Did he do so willingly with his full knowledge and his full knowledge of his brain or what he is doing? He was victimized. Cyrus Mistry from Shapurji Palunji was victimized and brought into our home on purpose by the guy from Jordan, who also grabbed Mr. Kani Advani's identity in 1986 and transferred out lots of shares from his name. The HUL shares that were being spoken by SL having so much worth shares was what? The same shares that Papa had bought in our name. The guy who was talking about the HUL shares is the beast shape-shifting for SRL, who was killed way before 2002. In 1995 end itself. The reason I call the guy gay is because this guy has shapeshifted for my father at some point in time. Then, after many years, that is 86, he has slipped into my father's role. After July 1986. Fast forward to 2002, the same guy has presented himself as dead Mr. SRL, Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj of Cotton World, who my reading says was murdered in end 1995. So I said the guy is gay simply because, well, for a newly married couple, this guy is like very hands off and he gets into phases. It's very strange. It feels like we're dealing with different energy all the time. What he says in the night, he doesn't follow through in the morning. What his mood is in the morning is different by afternoon. There's too much switching and too much disappearing and too much reappearing. When we tell Kailash Aunty, who we think is Ritu Malia, she says the boy is actually a womanizer. He's known to like women too much. So one of the men amongst the 10 shapeshifters was a womanizer. So they find, she says, everyone will laugh at you if they ever hear you call the guy gay. Primarily, is that the proof that there were shapeshifters and that marriage was a scam? Because even Nikhil Advani says it wasn't a marriage and he's at the lower realms. He's in the realms where Cyrus Mistry has exited out of the body and gone to the lower realms. Where Varsha went for one night, day before last night, and after that she wants me to keep the lights on in the night because they're unhappy over there and she's come back to be with you in the higher realms. Dada Dadi and Suchitra Mirchandani Advani are with Nikhil Advani for the next 4 months. I'm supposed to deal with that. Now, if you're telling me what they sent me the video this morning is only artificial intelligence trying to mess information up. When I came out of my sleep, something went on the abortion that I had at Malia Hospital. In that marriage, Mama or Varsha, I prefer to talk to Mama because she doesn't lie at all. Mama, can you speak? Even though you're a little slow, it's okay. But you don't ever lie, so I'd rather talk to you. Right? What I'm trying to understand is, in that abortion that happened, in that 5-month marriage, when I was staying in Bhagwan Lekhraj's home and Amrita Lekhraj, what's her name? Amrit Lekhraj's home, above, what's that place? The one where we eat the thali, near Asiatic, opposite HR College. We go so often to that thali joint. I've forgotten the name only. What's the name of that thali joint downstairs? From childhood, my parents used to take me over there. It's very spicy food. I eat only the paneer bhurji and rumali roti over there because I find the thali too spicy with them. No, it's not called Rajdhani. Don't change location. This thing is opposite HR College. The thali joint is downstairs. It opened a continental Italian Mexican place behind, an extension of itself. They bought a apartment in Jasville also later on. One of the brothers, they're also connected with New Yorker and Cream Center on Marine Drive. But I'm not talking about Cream Center and New Yorker. I'm talking about the thali joint opposite HR College. So anyway, in the thali joint place on the ground floor, in that same building, Malvika Lekhraj, Laveen Lekhraj's parents, Bhagwan and his passed over wife, live in that building, right? So when I was staying in that apartment for 1 month after I returned from the so-called 5-week honeymoon, I had a little bit of a problem. I had to be taken in the emergency center of Bombay Hospital. That was the first visit to the hospital. Then we moved to Bangalore. I moved into Ranka Park. At Ranka Park, before I moved to Ranka Park, I went to Goa for 6 nights. were Huri Lekraj, Rajan Lekraj. Praveen Lekraj, his brother, Malvika Lekraj, Sunil Didi's son, his wife Asmita. They were there. Over there was a foreign boy also who was staying at Ronald's. We stayed at Taj Village. Now, over there also, was there foul play of any kind? At Taj Village, was there any foul play? There also there was foul play? Okay, from there I came back to Bangalore and shifted into Ranka Park, which was supposed to be Huri Lekraj and Rajan Lekraj, their apartment. Praveen Lekraj was also there. And of course Sanjeev Lekraj, whoever was standing in for him, was also there. Again over there I went to Malya Hospital for about 5 days, 4 nights, or 5 nights, 6 days, not sure. Then I got pregnant also, it was found. The abortion also, which was insisted upon by the boy, happened. The doctor insisted that I should not have the abortion, but the boy insisted I should have the abortion. So over 2 days or 1 night I had the abortion back in Malya Hospital. Were any eggs stolen at that time when I went in for the abortion, or the 5 days that I was in the hospital? Were any eggs stolen at that time? Because in Nikhil Advani's case, what he's talking about is some anda. Eggs were stolen. Were those eggs used to create any babies that I am not aware of? Children were created that I am not aware of. The fetus that was removed in the abortion of 5 weeks, was it developed on the back of it? Was that particular fetus developed in any way? So that was aborted. The guy who has hidden behind SK's face after SKF, he says, I want to have a child but I don't want the mother. That sounds like something a Kani Advani would say. One version of him. Is that the beast? That version of SKF has gone many times on record, especially in 2014-13. Whenever he has publicly put it out over there, the real Mr. Salman Khan was murdered in 2009 itself. After which, shootings moved to Panvel and Lonavala became a place. But then that was already a place where lots of misdemeanor, lots of bad activity had happened from 98 onwards. Lonavala being a place that is between Pune and Bombay, if there is any crime, it is hardly detected. Why is Karan Johar's voice coming from the back of my throat? Kejo. Your friend Mr. SRK's very close friend Kajol Mukherjee, because she is like you, Mr. You grew up at Malabar Hill, Kejo. Kajol grew up at Carmichael Road. So she had a convent education. When the beast crosses paths with people like this, they get slighted for no rhyme of reason. Then the choice of people who they hire are triggerable. Your real friend Kajol Mukherjee apparently was taken to Panvel, kept there for 2 years. She never married Ajay Devgan. A replica of hers married Ajay Devgan. He doesn't know about it. In that replica's place, don't know if other replicas also shapeshifted in rotation the way they do it. In the Dilwale movie, one version of Kajol Mukherjee, her clone, never returned from that place. That was that shooting that she was taken underground and later on she left her body. Has that girl left her body who was in the Dilwale movie? Cloned for Kajol Mukherjee. The Gerua is Gher you are under siege. I'm trying to understand one thing about this version of Kani. She keeps doing Kani Moni. And Kani's Moni? A Keralite? Am I Mr. Hakumatrai Gurmukdas-ADVANI and Mr. Ramchand Sadarangani, Amil on both sides DNA by birth? And Amil Sindhi by birth, and they could have messed with the genomes or the DNA to cut off some side of the DNA so that their crime doesn't get caught? I want to understand Kani is shaped this guy from Jordan who stepped into Papa's place, 1986. Is he one of the 10 tan shape-shifting for Mr. Vladimir Putin who was murdered in 2009? Is this man shape-shifting for Mr. Vladimir Putin who is murdered in 2009? Or pulled off the grid in 2009? Just say he's no more doing the work as a KGB man, he's no more actually around. There are 10 tan people shape-shifting for him. But he is only 5'3" in height. My father is 5'10" in height. How do they manage the height difference? I'm trying to understand that. Has Kani's ego been put on the 10 tan shape-shifting for Vladimir Putin for the cleverness or the chalakness of him? Or whatever his thought process is? Has his ET been put? Has his ego been shared? His thought neural network, has that been shared with the 10 tan for Putin? So that they all have a thinking that is equivalent to the beast. He's very quick at creating reasons for siphoning money on the back of creating situations where there are heavy expenses, on the back of which he siphons a lot of money. He probably did that with our shares, telling us, oh, there's no money, but on the back of it grabbed everything that was ours, wouldn't spend on us as much as what he took and ran. So it is the same shitty thinking which, as whoever he is, who's gone to Laveen's apartment, says all this is mine, which is not his. I've left the marriage, I've gone back to Sumanta's. There is a version of Aneeta and a version of Kiran Merchant in 2003 and 4. They say all this is mine. Down we told the watchman this is ours. This parking is ours only. They did the same thing in Deep Towers. This is our parking only. This belongs to us. Is the same person who was shape-shifting for Kiran Uncle, or was the beast ego put upon Kiran Uncle's identity? The beast has spread his neural network, put people onto his neural network to make people individually his thinking of grabbing. But was that the real Mr. Narottam Das merchant's son in the physical sense that said all this is ours at Suman Towers? No, the brain may be connected to the beast, and the thinking is a very skewed one, which with the original thought process he will not do. You're saying the man only was a replica of the real Mr. Kiran Narottam Das merchant who visited with Aneeta merchant of that time, who wants to pick a fight with me all the time. She is very rude at Suman Towers, 1401 Suman Towers. She looks like you a lot, but her attitude is completely different. Also, Kiran uncle and this woman are talking a language that has never happened in the past. The first time I have seen this kind of language happen is when I have come back from QUT 1997-1998. Shalina of today, Shalina Hundalani, is telling that version of Kani, all this is yours. If you give Jaya anything, see what she's become, what she will do. Which were never topics in our home ever. So that is the first time in which someone is actually identifying about assets being theirs, which has never happened in my home ever. This grabbing of assets has moved into a digitized way by the same ugly people. I am a pilot with able to hear what they speak from my body. Is it got to do with Docomo? Taking the Docomo SIM, otherwise they were doing this stealth mode, because the recordings on me go back to as early as, I don't know, 93, 91. These recordings they started doing Jaya, Varsha, Varsha, Jaya only 91, 93 onwards, not before that. The foul play started from that time onwards on Varsha-ADVANI and JAYA-ADVANI identity. The foul play started 1987 onwards on JAYA-ADVANI, Varsha-ADVANI identity. The foul play started before 1987. The foul play started 1988 for JAYA-ADVANI, Varsha-ADVANI. The foul play started 1989 on identity of JAYA-ADVANI and Varsha-ADVANI. The foul play started on JAYA-ADVANI and Varsha-ADVANI's identity in 1990. The foul play on JAYA-ADVANI and Varsha-ADVANI's identity started in 1991. The foul play on JAYA-ADVANI and Varsha-ADVANI's identity started in 1992. You are saying maybe, or you are saying, what are you saying? So let me again ask you, the foul play on JAYA-ADVANI's identity, who's me? Varsha-ADVANI, who is dead, who was CRISPR to become Aneeta and was working as what, a maid? The girl whose temple was broken, nose was broken. She was raped also many times. She was thrown out of her own birth assets by her own father when she was 3, 4, 5 years old. Shalina Hundalani, who took dead Varsha-ADVANI's assets, is a false ID of Varsha-ADVANI. But Mrs. Shalina Hundalani of today, she took Varsha-ADVANI's assets. She is partner in crime of what happened to Varsha-ADVANI, the real one who was CRISPR'd as Aneeta. Is Shalina Hundalani to be called a partner in crime also for what happened to the real Sadarangani, Varsha-ADVANI and JAYA-ADVANI, who's me, our mother? called Anu Sadarangani, ex-Mrs. Aneeta Advani, and dead Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, who died as an augur, a very bad, ugly-looking woman in another country from India. Now in 2025, aired on the 12th of July 2025 and 17th of August, which is Kiran Uncle's birthday. 12th of July is actually Anu Sadangani's birthday by birth. So 12th of July is my mom's birthday. 2025 you aired her. She was ugly and augur, because that's what you threw my way as information. And 17th of August is her second marriage husband, Mr. Kiran Das Merchant, who you took underground in Panvel. Beat him up. He was suicidal, because that's what you spoke on the phone. I hope Kiran Uncle doesn't commit suicide. That you said in 2008 or 2007. Actually, you were beating him up from 2000 itself. Maybe by that time he got suicidal and he just didn't want to live, hanging around shit like you. Miss Priya Anwar, part-time maid, who is working in OTTs and movies in Sonakshi Sinha's face and other faces also of late on Netflix. You were going to Panvel at that time in 2016, disappearing for days on end. Your parents live in Panvel. The SKF farm, Arpita Farms, also is in Panvel. Has SKF gone, one version of his gone on record saying he wants a child but he doesn't want the mother? Has he said that or has he not said that? Is the real Mr. Salman Khan the son of Salma Khan and Salim Khan of yesteryears? Is that man still in his human body? Is he still on earth in a human form? Is he unconscious somewhere underground? Has he exited out of the body and gone away into the afterlife the way you are, without a body and only spirit? Has Mr. Salman Khan, who was involved with Somi Ali initially, has that man gone to the higher realms? Because whenever we have got about him, he has gone away to the higher realms. He was a good man. No matter what rumors you create on him and whatever you have messed up on his name with the clones, because that's what you do. You just go for the assets. You don't care about anything else. You know, the people who go to the higher realms are not scumbags. It's the clones that are made to be scumbags. And listen, I don't want to argue with you. I'll put this down. You are garbage. You are rubbish of Korea, a debt-ridden, shitty nation. You are from Middle East, war-torn, debt-ridden, karmically pieces of shit with a history of invasion. No bloody war. This time you played the bloody eunuch. Neither could you be a business person, nor did you play the warrior, nor did you play anything that is even half decent, not even service to the people. Ask your Korean girls how they hate your country, how they hate you, how they hate you. What do they hate about you? Your ugly Atma? What do they hate about you? Your ugly soul? How you have played it this time? Hey, how have you played it this time? You uneducated rats. I want to ask you, I've got some photos in front of me. Can you identify the beast, if the beast is in any of these photos? I will be putting the camera upon the photos itself. What is a no I have shown you? I will check with this board afterwards. But what is a no? What do you do when you are saying no? It goes round. Show me round little better, baby. If it is a yes, how do you say it? So a straight is a yes and a no is a round. So I'll go with the photos. I'll start with the photos almost immediately. Okay. These are all the various photos of the various avatars of my dad. Okay, we will zoom in later. First, let's just get who is who. You need to tell me who's the beast. I can't see anything. You need to tell me who's the beast. This is the beast, the first one. This photo only is the beast. This. Is this the beast? Is this the beast? Is this my real father? Is this my father, your father really? This is our real dad? This is the clone for our dad? This guy is the beast? This guy is the beast? Is this guy the beast? Is this guy the beast? Is this the guy the beast? Is this guy the beast? Is this guy the beast? Okay, let me move this photo a little more. 1 minute, let me mark it so I remember. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see what is what. But anyway, let me just mark it. Who's the beast? Okay, you said this is the beast. You said this is the beast. You said this is the beast. You said this is Papa, you said, and this is Papa, you said. These two are real Papa, right? You said he is not the beast. Is this the beast, Varsha? This is the beast? Is this the beast? Is this the beast? This is the beast? Let me just write it. Is this our real dad, Varsha? This is the real Mr. JAYA.ADVANI? Papa is okay? He went to an okay loka? Is this man on his return in the fetus with Kailash Aunty, Trimona, I was told, Umesh, I was told, Sunil, Anil, I was told? They're on their way. They're in fetus form right now to be born on earth for a little while as a breather. Okay. Is this the beast, darling? Is this Papa really? Am I supposed to take it? This is Papa. Was it really Papa during the time of this? When this photo was shot, no matter what, they could have gone and morphed the photo. But was this really Papa over here? Is this the beast? Is this me? Was this at Peacock Palace? Is this me, Jaya, Kanayalal, Hukumat Rai, Gurmukdas Advani? Today I look different. They cut off Mr. Hukumat Rai, Gurmukdas genes from me. Hukumat Rai Advani's genes were cut off from me, trying to make me a Keralite. But am I a Keralite? I am actually a Sindhi Amil from both sides of the family, holding the pendulum, looking different from these photos, but I am the same person. I am a Sindhi Amil or not, from the Sadarangani and the Advani family. If I am holding this, I'll move my left hand. I use my right hand. What genomes did you steal from me when I went to Malia Hospital? Mr. Vijay Malia was already pulled off in 2000. I went to Malia Hospital in 2002. That abortion also happened over there. You were pulling strings from United Breweries, Brewery House already. The boy says he couldn't meet me at Brewery House, which you insisted. I, after the abortion, move into Brewery House. The boy says he takes his instructions from my father's sister, except that you are not my father's sister. So what fucking game was that? If you played this kind of cheap game, all the way from ISKCON, all the way from fucking ISKCON. I want to ask about Mr. S.M. Krishna. He was the CM over here at that time. He was Umesh Ingorani's father-in-law. Umesh Ingorani is my actual cousin from childhood. So who? Either Umesh was playing horrible, which I don't think so. Mostly not. He leaves it to his mother, but his mother should be around. If his mother is not around and she's not his mother, then what about S.M. Krishna, the CM of this place? If he is allowed to get the seat because of the bloody beast, once on the back of his really good reputation, everyone knows him over here. He's not very far from here. It's Mandya. He's done a lot of good work without ever winning it. Once they win the seat, उसको साइड हटा के किसको तू लेके आएगा? और फिर उस जगह से तू क्या नहीं करेगा? Otherwise it is not possible that these things go unanswered for. And you keep heaping shit on people who've done nothing. The foul play is done by that hidden bloody factor. How? Whether it is JAYA.ADVANI, whether it is Kani.ADVANI, whether it is Shalina, not Varsha.ADVANI, you dare to call us ISI. From where? Did I ever take part in selling United Breweries, such a nice factory, such a nice exclusive housing society, not whatever it is, Baba, their directors and their bungalows and a nice big house. You tell me one thing, when it comes to Mr. Vijay Mallya, he has recently constructed the bungalow, created his nice big swimming pool, even divided the two houses for his own privacy, which was never the case. It was a huge nice ground with two different bungalows, one rundown and one the house where he also can come and go from once in a blue moon. He's got his own section over there. After doing all this, how he decides he wants to sell that property and build a UB city? When you do that, it is primarily to siphon off the money. The style in which the expense is huge. Also in construction, how much money do you siphon on the supplies of things? When you have learned from Liberty Cinema, commercial street, ना commercial area जो है commercial street नहीं है. Liberty Cinema and all that shit on Marine Lines, it's too crowded. Whenever there is a problem happening, do you know where the problem is happening from? Whenever you intercepted calls, how did you get away from it? There is a Bombay hospital, 2 bloody fucking buildings, a Liberty Cinema, so many fucking restaurants on that bloody fucking floor. How many people, how much traffic coming and going? How do we identify who the miscreant is? Over there is the middle level of the police to the high level of police also sitting over there. Residents also. How they can't identify it? 4 masjids with so much traffic. Didn't you do the same thing with UB City? जब तो UB City बनाओ, directors को वहाँ पे move करो. Exclusivity gone. Restaurants and shopping mall downstairs. A nightclub. How much external traffic with so many basements? How much external traffic comes into that place? And frankly, I don't want to say anything, but anyway. What comes over there and how easily do you complicate it, making it near impossible for any identification of the miscreant? That's why you made UB City, is what I understand. You learnt it from Liberty Cinema. You learnt this from your initial start of your career, 1986, 87 is what they're saying, 1987. July 1987, taking Mr. Kani.ADVANI stuff, selling his shares galore in my name, his name, my name alone, Kani.ADVANI and Varsha.ADVANI. What loan? You come here and talk to me about what loan? Come. What loan? As an underage, which loan I can take? Who will give me a loan? Come here, I want the ED to come here because I got much bigger things that I want you to go. Much bigger things, not you bigger. I want an absolute opening of everything. It is Dev Hingorani's life that is on the line. They will do worse than what they did with Vijay Mallya with him. And that's what the real problem is. Their sleight of hand has gone out of hand. Mr. Vijay Mallya belonged to a Bantwal community. He had a fair, nice face with a big moustache. What did he do once he came in? He was able to build the company. You took loans in his name also. You called him an absconder. But doesn't it follow through what you would have done on JAYA.ADVANI's name or Varsha.ADVANI's name or Kani and Company and HG.ADVANI at a smaller level? Didn't you replace Liberty Cinema Marine Lines to UB City today in a different level? But when the East is the higher level, फिर commercialization भी कुछ अलग होवे ना. In the confusion of UB City, how many of the directors did you stealth mode, murder and replace? Is my question to you. That version of SL keeps on saying what? I want to live life to the fullest. I want to live life to the fullest. When you have launched Kingfisher, live the high life. Is there a synergy in the two things? When you have started Kingfisher calendar, was it after 2000? If you have the escort service connected with your entertainment and modeling industry, तुमने Kingfisher calendar लड़कियां जो आ रही हैं to be a model or what, तुमने उसका misuse कैसे किया? What did you do? Is the Bantwal community a small community like the Sindhi community? Or is it a very large community? Who in their community is there to actually speak up for their community? In the Sindhis, most have been decimated. And now they want to make me a Keralite. But I'm not a Keralite. I'm a Sindhi. I'm an Advani. Call the ED. Come on. Come on, ED. I want you to come here. And I don't want no farce. You're from the Middle East, shape-shifting, eating yourself. Wearing egos of different people. I don't want to talk to you. You be a proper Indian and speak to me. Today you don't know who is who. But this is literally, this is only the start of the problems to go on. What you don't understand, the bloody fucking Yuva is a useless effort. It is absolute crap. There is no Yuva. You cannot build a country on the back of irresponsibility. Your Yuva is nothing, a brand name for irresponsibility, giving them a highway, freeway to get out of anything that makes them responsible citizens. What you are talking? You get out. You are from the Middle East. When Hindustan was divided into Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, don't know if it was Nepal, it was to safeguard this place because they know that surrounding there are very debt-ridden, khali jaga. And there is some kind of invasion happening all the fucking time. So they said instead of us fighting amongst ourselves, let Pakistan hold most Muslims who want to follow through that. Let Bangladesh keep itself with whatever their values are. Let India be India. What did you do? You weakened Pakistan, weakened Bangladesh. You want actually India. You want this entire continent actually. You are from the Middle East. In the past also you used to invade. Now also you invade. Every time you are honing on Pakistan, but they are very impoverished thanks to your dirty games with your partners abroad. Now, for their survival, they do little odd end jobs for you people when it comes to their, what is it called? Their camps. Your infiltrators in this country have created the militants and the militants and the Naxals. It is you who has done it. A bloody fool will go the red way. But don't you know that? If the Berlin Wall had to be pulled down because their people were waiting for 24 hours for a loaf of bread, and Germany had to again go back to a free economy, along with Russia, why you started this red shit yet once again? From where? You are labor class who wants to be red. अरे क्रिमिनल बिजनेस भी चालू करने के लिए पैसा चाहिए. भिखारीपन एम्प्टी बॉल के साथ कोई एक दाना नहीं देगा. क्रिमिनल भी बोलेगा किसको मारना है. एवरीवन इज सेम लेवल ऑफ भिखारीपन. Even their business will come to a screeching halt. They are beast. You don't understand it. Or the criminals don't understand it. Baby Varsha. Mama. My Sindhi mother, Sadarangani, is this the beast? Is this my real father? Is this Mr. Kani Advani, my real dad? कन्हैयालाल हुकूमत राय अडवाणी है कि कन्हैयालाल हुकूमत राय गुरमुखदास अडवाणी मेरा बाप है? इज दिस माई डैडी? डैडी नहीं है, पप्पा है, पॉप्सी, माई फादर, दिस इज माई डैडी. ओके, डैडी नहीं है, वी कॉल हिम पप्पा. वो जो निकल आफ्टरवर्ड्स इन 2004, ही इज लाफिंग एट मी कॉलिंग माई फादर पप्पा. ही इज मेकिंग फन ऑफ इट. Whole life he has called his father papa. All of us call our father papa. Suddenly he is finding it funny. Is this the beast, Mama? Is this my real dad? Is this man this man's brother? Are these two brothers? This Mr. Advani, is this Mr. Advani's brother? Is this Mr. Advani younger than this Mr. Advani? This Mr. Advani is older than that Mr. Advani. This is Tarachand Advani, the older brother who went away to America soon after he finished his BCom, and this is his younger brother who was the only one who was doing the business and doing pretty well, who got his two sisters married. This man and this man in this photo and this man in this photo are the same. This man and this man are the same, but let's say 20 years apart, or the photos are 15 years after. Maybe this photo was taken out in the 70s, this was taken out in the 80s, so about 10 years apart. So this is the same man. This is Papa after his drink in the earlier years. This man is the beast. Is this man the same as this man? Is this man the same as this man? Is this man my real father? Is this man my real father? This man stepped into my father's role 1987 July onwards or June onwards. Did he step into our home taking over our dad's place in 1987 sometime? This man actually is from where? From Jordan? This man is from Kerala actually. His DNA is from Kerala. He's an Indian from Kerala. Is this the beast? Is this man the beast? But I was told that the beast has risen from the Middle East and he is from Kerala. No, he is from Jordan. I was told he was from Jordan. Did this man put any assets in my name? Did he buy anything in my name with his own money? Did this man only eat for free what my father had earned? Did this man do all the earnings and put assets into his mother's name, my name, Varsha's name, his own name? Are these the people who did, is this who did all the earnings? Not these people, but is this the man who did all the earnings? And bought in my name, Varsha's name, his own name? Did his sister get married to Mr. Vittal Mallya? Did his sister get married to Mr. Vittal Mallya? Kailash Ingurani is his sister? When this man came on the scene, he messed around with everybody, he stole from everybody. Did this man ever steal from anybody? So I would like the useless people to stop your nonsense calling me Kerala Moni and Kani Moni. I am not your Moni. I am somebody's Puttu. I am somebody's granddaughter. No. I am a Sindhi Amil. You have messed with my genealogy. You are worried about the pittance over here? When you go and leave from the body, you will not take 1 paisa with you. When you go and go to your real soul, you will get exactly what is yours. It's not a nice one. Is this man the beast? Is this man the beast? Is this man the beast? This man is the beast? Is this man the beast? Was this the man the beast, Mama? Was this the man the beast? Okay, so this was not the beast. So I think you better just check who's the beast. This man was the beast. If we have to just say who the beast was, this was the beast. There is one photo of Varsha and this version of Kani, but I didn't ask. Let me ask. Is this the man the beast? You're saying no? This man over here, he's the beast? So she's saying he's not the beast. I didn't ask about this photo. Let's ask the photo with the yellow face, a yellow shirt. Is this man the beast? This man is a beast? Is that man a beast? 1 minute. Let's put it over here. This face, is this man the beast? This man in the yellow shirt is the beast? Okay, I need to write that. Now, I don't know if you can figure this out, who the beast, the real identity of who the beast is. They're saying this identity is the beast. This identity is the beast. These two are the beast. They're saying this identity is the beast. They're saying this is the beast. Not this. But if we look at this smile from this photo, almost retired in Mexico has a similar kind of a smile. But here it is saying not the beast, but the smile is similar. This also it is saying the beast. Not this, but this where the B is written. My real dad actually is these three. This is my real family. This is my dad, Mr. JAYA.ADVANI, Kanayalal Hukumatrai, Gurmukh Das Advani. That's my dad for real. This is my dad for real. Yes, you could have brought in Vivek's face and merged it into this. Doesn't make you it. It is about the timeline and who was alive and who was not. You know morphing? You all are connected to shape-shifting to the film industry. To my family is not. In my family, entertainment, modeling, shape-shifting is an absolute no-no. Okay? So with the film industry and with your that industry of creativity, lots can be done. I don't belong to that. With the help of journalists and with the help of infused people in every sphere of life in India, you're not defeating us. Our life is over and done with. You're defeating things that are connected to you only in the future, that you cease to understand. Because, no, you have been cultivated in that manner, not to understand it. Whereas, these kind of people didn't cultivate us that way. They ensured that we were brought up very properly. They ensured we were brought up very properly. My foundation is way before 1987. I was born in 1973 to a man born in 1937. All right? And his father and he and his sister a year and a half younger than him, and his brother a year and a half older than him, left from Sindh in Hindustan 4 years before Hindustan split itself into different countries. All he did was what his sibling, not that one, this being the brother, older brother, and that being the younger brother, their father, their mother, my Dada Dadi, Advanis, all they did was move in Hindustan. From Sindh to Bombay, 4 years pre-partition, Zamindar's children, their father was given his share and told, okay, move on. It was in acreages of land at Sindh, 400 to 600 acres of land. She, don't know what you've done with her, but she ended up with becoming the augur, who died after you aired her on the 12th of July 2025. Come on. Bloody hell. This is the real ex-Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, ex-Mrs. Aneeta Advani, Aneeta Merchant, who died in 2025 after you aired her as an ugly augur. On the 12th of July 2025, and then her second husband after she divorced this man. Her second husband, Mr. Kiran Merchant, who you took underground in the year 2000. His birthday on the 17th of August 2025. His birthday on the 17th of August, don't know which year he is. She's born in 47-46. He was 5 years junior to her. Her first husband, my father, was 10 years her senior. She died this year looking like an augur. You aired her on her own birthday on the 12th of July 2025. Then you aired her on her second husband's birthday, 17th of August 2025. Soon after that, she died. She's the one who communicates. No matter if you've morphed this photo, painted it white, created her duplicate, it doesn't matter. We have understood how you function. My family is not involved in any of the heists. The ones who have shapeshifted in the place 1987 onwards is the cause for everything. You are shapeshifting for Vladimir Putin today, but the real Mr. Vladimir Putin from the KGB was removed 2009. There are 10 men. 10 men can come from the Middle East. They can come from anywhere in the world. You route yourself through India. Why? Your country otherwise is not trusted on its own. Why you have to route yourself through another person's identity? You're shape-shifting for Putin today. Then how much loans have you created on the back of the war that you have very good at creating expenses? How much of their military have you killed already? How much damage have you done world over? With your network plugged world over. Your network is shape-shifting for Elon's camp, Trump's camp. Almost retired in Mexico has this kind of a smile. Look at the shape of the lips. When almost retired in Mexico was traveling and showing the tin. when Almost Retired in Mexico was showing the tin. They were also traveling, and that boy who looks like Ladka now taken the genomes of Hrithik Roshan and don't know who else. Both parties were traveling when the Louvre heist happened. Both of you look familiar. One looks with a smile like this. That is Almost Retired in Mexico. The other one looks like Ladka who was cleaning our home. The girl with him is looking like Suchitra Advani's DNA, but she's a white lady, chocolate family. Both of you were traveling. One version you keep making him a baker, the baby is forever baking stuff. If in Sharanya's time clones were created, and I've understood clones are created now whenever babies are created, like Taimur Ali Khan Padaudi, who's been removed from his own home. We got about some abuse with some Bayaska of Gujarat connected with his identity. You made a 1 lakh dolls to sell it when that baby Taimur Ali Khan Pataudi was born. You're pretending to be Indian military. You're actually not from India. You have entered Rio to entry and you have created a mess in this country. You started that useless thrash activity of yours ever since the 80s. That is why even Captain Arya left his job. Anyway, let's just hope there is a way of sorting this out. It really does need to be, it needs to be dealt with a very, very strong hand. Pakistan is a non-issue. I don't think Pakistan, with all its problems that it's got, would want to further criminalize its nation or lose more. It just wants peace, happiness, and to be able to be prosperous if it can be. Since the player is on the outside of the chessboard, shapeshifting somewhere else, everybody else is a pawn on the chessboard. Possibly this is the one who is playing outside of the chessboard. This is another identity. Same kind of a smile. Same kind of a smile. So this is the same lips that I'm seeing. So if you look at this photo very carefully, here also the smile of the lips is similar. But if you look at the nose, even I was wondering if this could have converted into Almost Retired in Mexico, the photo I just showed you. But no, she and I have, like my mom, a stubby nose, short nose. The only one who has a longer nose, like that man, with this kind of a mouth and a longer nose, it's the man. This man has been called to be connected with the beast or is the beast. So at the time when the Louvre incident happened, the ones who were traveling was Almost Retired in Mexico, and so was Chocolate Family, one version of them. When you're traveling, you're going to different places, sometimes crowded. How you coordinate whatever you want to coordinate, it's happening that way only. We got citizens of France who are finding it funny and laughing at it. Okay, if even the president of France finds it funny, okay. If your law and order situation is so good and your intelligence is so good, okay, then that's the way you are heading, because most governance and most people who were government worthy to govern and to do an okay job of it, I suppose you have already replaced them. So if you've done that, then okay, whatever. But my observation of it is this: what the situation behind on the ground is unseen. Okay, I'm going to close this over here. This is my actual family. This is my dad. This is my dad. This is my dad. This is my chacha. That's the augur who died this year. The real Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, ex Mrs. Aneeta.ADVANI, and when born, Mrs. Sadarangani. This is who you murdered this year. After airing her on the 12th of July 2025 and 17th of August 2025, she has got a good realm. Her second daughter, who is this girl, also has an okay realm. Let me ask if this is Varsha. This is still me. This is me even now. No matter how you have changed my genomes and genes and whatever you've tried, this is still me. This also is me only. This also is me only. And I'm no Keralite, I'm a Sindhi Amil. No matter how you change my DNA, the fact of the matter is, you know what? I don't care whether you're the Illuminati or what. I couldn't give a rat's ass. You want to be illuminated? Why are you screwing around with births that come from an illuminated place? How dare you? So you can see my ears sticking out. That's why I'm always told to cover my ears. And okay, because we have a haircut which is a little more modern. So it's chopped and cropped in, what do they call it? Steps. But this and this is me only. Okay, now I need to ask about Varsha. Since I can't remember in which year this photo was taken, I need to ask if this is really Varsha.ADVANI. Okay, I'll do so over there. Hi Dolly, I want to ask you, or then can Mama answer it? Mama? I showed your correct photo sitting between Taru Chacha and Papa. That was at Dr. Kaval's home. That photo was at Dr. Kaval's home. His wife was seen at a party of one of us where I am actually holding something. You asked me to go and take something and keep it on the table. They converted me into a housekeeper over there. What joke is this? Was I a housekeeper? Were you training me to be bloody fucking responsible? I don't want to give bad words. Were you training me to be responsible? Was it part of polish your own bloody shoes, make your own bloody bag, take the bloody school bus to school? You never know, tomorrow you get married to a rich man but he loses all his money. You shouldn't get divorced for money. Were you just trying to make us responsible? Did we have staff working in our home? Between 4 to 6 of them, full-time maid servants. Part-time jamadar, bathroom cleaner, garbage cleaner, part-time vessel cleaner, also cleaning our clothes, washing them, a driver and a secretary. Muthuswamy was the driver. He was with Papa for how long? 15 to 18 years or 20 years, don't even know. Was Carmeline also working in the kitchen with Daddy? Rosie, her daughter, was the secretary for Papa. She was also there for a considerably long time, in and around 20 years. Were you trying to make me very responsible? Was that training given to most children my age in those days? Now, what I want to understand is this version of Varsha over here with the man who you're saying is the beast. Is that the real Varsha Advani, your daughter? That girl is not your real daughter called Varsha Advani. So she was not my real sister. Did this girl create lots of problems for me? She's hiding under my skin as of now. Is she Rohika Chagla Mistri? Or Rohika Chagla? Is she still in her human body, this girl? Seen in that photo? She is cause for lots of the problems. The police has to look for her. If they catch her, they'll find a lot of stuff she has done wrong. Let's show you her photo properly. She's not the proper Varsha Advani. She's playing all bloody buzzing sounds from under my body. This is the woman. This is Nick Nixie Nickel by any chance? This combination is a big problem. They are the shapeshifters who have divided themselves worldwide. All of it is criminal activity of a very high order. The people of the world better decide whether you want to be washed out or you want to deal with whoever's. This is B for beast. Decide. They have plugged my body. This is the lot that's plugged my body, and I'm a pilot project for them. This is planned to be spewed on everybody. You are all latent SIM cards. What are you? Latent SIM cards. So all it takes is a couple of days, a couple of tries, a couple of days, a couple of tries to put you live. You better listen to what I am telling you, because I am the evidence of what they're going to do to you a zillion times worse than what they've done with me. You understand? I'm not interested in talking to the criminals. The criminals themselves don't seem to understand. This lot will not let you be. Ultimately, you will help them, but if there is no money in the system that can be spread around, you will not get even criminal business. The point with the beast is just like God. He needs to be the king of his lowest realm. What he's planning is brain control. If this girl went and worked, if she's not the real Varsha, she became Varsha and went and worked at Tata Teleservices. Because it is only after I bought a Docomo SIM card upon returning from New Zealand in 2013. I was having lots of problems even getting my admission into, let me put this away. I was having lots of problems getting my admission done for New Zealand, and there was somebody intercepting in my face. 2004 onwards or 2003 onwards, after I left that situation in Ranka Park, after that I had lots of problems in every way in terms of any kind of communication. So when it came to getting my admission for a university in New Zealand, which was decided in 2010, I gave my IELTS also. I did pretty well. Then to get the admission, I got admission into Lincoln University through advice. But I was not interested in going to Christchurch or, whatever that was in and around Christchurch. I was not interested in going away to South New Zealand, the South Island. I wanted to be in the North Island closer to Auckland. So I actually was interested in going dedicated to the University of Waikato. I actually wanted to go to University of Waikato. But University of Waikato was not replying. Finally, they did reply and I got admission over there. So I went and joined the second semester. But the grueling part of conversations, not going through, interception of calls, calls not coming through, all the way from 2004 to 2011 till I had gone away to New Zealand, gave me a very bad taste in the mouth when it came to things like SIM cards coming from Airtel. You have the dongle from Airtel. All that was proving to be a big problem. So when I got back from New Zealand and I had to get a SIM card in 2013, I decided to go with Docomo. I said, that's a more private network. Maybe the Airtel issues that I had will not happen with the Docomo SIM card. I bought the Docomo SIM card and I was using it. 883 is the number, something of that sort. I used it for 2013, 14, 15, 16. But then again the interception in the conversation started and I used to complain about it to whoever I was talking on the phone to. So again I went down in Lokhandwala and bought a SIM card from Airtel. The current SIM card that I use as of now, that number from Airtel. As luck has it, I picked it up as a prepaid. It was a pre-used card. It had been somebody else's SIM card which was taken by me for the number. The OTP that had to be given to me came from whoever was Mrs. Aneeta Merchant. Now under normal circumstances, what happens is when we need an OTP, they will say, okay, who's your relative? Ask your relative, will get your OTP. Ask them to give you the OTP. Then you register your phone. Then your Airtel will go live. Who's the first person you will think of? Will you think of your mother, your sister, that kind of thing? So I thought of my mom. I'm not yet aware that they have changed so many people on my mother's identity. We'll get into it later on about my mother's various identities. Then you can start making sense of it, you imbeciles. So anyway, apparently that version of Aneeta Merchant in those days, 2015, 2016, whenever I bought this current number of mine, the OTP had to be given from that version of Mrs. Aneeta Merchant, who was being CRISPR'd at that time as Mrs. Aneeta Merchant. She was a housekeeper. Who was she? Anyway, that SIM card was a prepaid card. Soon after that, what happened is my Docomo, within a few months, it got jammed. And I had already started becoming very sick. In the meanwhile, that version of Aneeta Merchant came to my home saying that Kiran Merchant had been screaming at her all through her journey to Suman Towers, wanting me to be pulled off the Bank of Maharashtra account. And I said, okay. I signed that I don't want to be a nominee over there. That was my real mother, because the duplicate Kiran Merchant, if he's screaming at somebody, either that was my mother or that was my sister. That was a Sindhi Amal. This guy, everybody who's a bad DNA, he's very supportive of bad DNA. And he's just the opposite with good DNA, is my observation of him. terrible being. Your name is Kira. You have shapeshifted for Mr. D.K. Shivakumara because the body language is just that. I have seen that body language behind Mr. Ratan Tata in his old age also. You're the same person. Anyway, since the Docomo SIM card stopped working and I was too sick to get out of the apartment, I called Docomo and told them my SIM card has stopped working and whatever, it is jammed. He says you need to come to the shop and pick up the SIM card. And I couldn't get out of the apartment, so I just left it. I was too sick. And I switched to the Airtel number, which I am still using, which is on all my accounts. And I'm no NRI. I'm very much an Indian. I was born at St. Elizabeth's Nursing Home, Varsha 2. Not that cockeyed woman you just saw in the big photo, with that man who has B written at him. Not that. But the other one where the B is not there. In one photo where I'm dancing, it's at Peacock Palace here in Bangalore. But at that time I'm only in the 6th or 7th standard. I'm pretty young. But it is me only who you are calling a Keralite. I'm no Keralite, I'm a Sindhi Amil. An Advani from my father's side and a Sadarangani from my mother's side. तुमको क्या चाहिए? पहले तो हमको डाइम्स और चिल्लर बोले, फिर हमारे पीछे कितना तुमने किया है, क्या तुमको चाहिए? अगर हमारे डाइम्स एक 2 BHK अपार्टमेंट विद सच लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज के पीछे तुमने इतना घटियापन के साथ तुमने पेश आया है, काम किया है, फिर एक देव हिंगोरानी who the spirit realm is very worried about, whether it is his real grandfather S.M. Krishna or it is his mother Shambhav E. Hingorani, my cousin Umesh Hingorani's wife, telling him to connect with his Mandya relatives. Mandya relatives from his father before he came to Bangalore. Those relatives to stay safe. Then what is in his name or what it is with him, what will they do with him? You are being called a beast. The beast only harasses people, does anti-God activity, is the worstest of the worstest, the king of the shit realm called Nark. That's who you are. Every good lit realm being. My father was called Om. My grandfather Hadith. It makes sense. You get rid of everybody who is a lit being. You bring in dark energy clones from Godinios, where you pick them up and you place them in that place. If in the top 3,000, 5,000 in every state in India, in every sphere of life, you plugged in the snake, a poisonous black snake in every family, no bomb blast on earth, frankly, is as bad as what you have done, because you siphon money, you siphon genomes, you get rid of ancestries, you grab the assets, you move every organization and government to criminal terrorists. It is the worstest thing you have ever done. And no bomb blast can do the damage that you have done doing these acts ever since the 1980s. Makes sense. So I'm going to close this now and I'm going to go to do whatever I have to do. Okay? Just to time it. This is my balcony. They have insisted that I keep the lights on. I find white light very uncomfortable. I prefer warm yellow light. So what I do is I've started just closing these curtains to shade it from very bright fluorescent white light. I haven't grown up in fluorescent white light. I can't take it. So I'm used to warm yellow light. You see? I can play even 400 candle watts in my room of yellow light. I'm only comfortable with that. This what the builder has given us, forcefully white light in our balcony. I'm not used to it. First and foremost, I would like to tell the builder one thing. The amount of fungus that comes up from your pipes that you have very graciously in a premium project society given us above our overhead, every time we flush, it comes and spews all the sewer on us through those boards. You're a premium builder, Mr. Ravi Purvankara and Ashish Purvankara. Every time we are flushing, you should come and see what it spills. With every bloody flush, black shit and fungus. Whoever creates pipes above in a bathroom connected with a sewerage, whoever does that. When it comes to charging, though, you'll charge like premium project. When it comes to giving anything in return, what do you give? You charge 5,000 maintenance for what? I'm not your date when you play buzzers under my hand. The underworld got rid of all the builders. Lodha, Kanakya, Leabet, this Pune builder called Purvankara also. How much cash you can siphon from there based on daily wage workers? How many infiltrators you can bring in? Where? From which country? When it comes to expenses and cash account, how much you can siphon on the back of construction? How much poor quality you can mess with the cost of construction? That is criminal, and that's what you have done. Getting rid of the actual founders in India. That's the truth. You have not even spared multinationals. Johnson & Johnson is a case. Hilton, who's talking about being traumatized, can only do so if the girl who went for modeling and went for entertainment never actually made it. Because that is one slimy industry. You always make the sympathetic talks on the face of the clone and the duplicate, not ever on the face of the original. In Johnson & Johnson case, the girl was the original with her other wealthy friends. You got them to become drug addicts and threw them on the streets. This shit you have been doing, calling yourself illuminated, for a very long time now. You got nothing going for you when it comes to actually being illuminated. Our births we get by birth is actual illuminated realms, 90% of the universe, which you are not a part of. Get out of your body, you'll come to know who you really are. Come on. It's a bloody throwing voice and playing buzzers under my body. You spineless rat shit from a sewer hole. Why don't you come forward? Air this internationally, globally, with voice and with an argument from you. Why you can't do it? Because you are a sewer scumbag. That's why. Alright? Enough bullshit. I'm closing this at what time? 18:28, but let's just say it is 6:30 in the evening IST. It is the 17th of November 2025, Monday. As you can see, it is dark out here. It is night time, sundown. If this was 13 Miss 1 and 3, we'd have bright sunlight. But this is not looking like bright sunlight. I don't know if you are colorblind. This is night time at Bangalore. 560077. The postcode is very much part of this video. Learn to read. Wear your reading glasses if you can't see. Okay, I'm closing this video over here.